The Flash, DC's time-traveling mess, finally arrived in theaters after numerous delays on June 16, 2023.
I could fix things. You could also destroy everything.
When Barry Allen goes back in time to stop his mother's death, he finds himself in a very different timeline where there are no heroes to stop General Zod's invasion of the Earth. The superhero movie contains an astonishing number of Easter eggs that should make comic book lovers happy, since The Flash crosses the multiverse and partners up with Michael Keaton's renowned Batman. Here is a list of all the DC illusions that can be found in the debut solo movie of the Scarlet Speedster to help viewers. Starting off with Iris West and Flash's first meeting. Iris West has a fleeting memory of Barry from earlier in the movie when they first speak. This could be a reference to their meeting in Zack Snyder's Justice League, in which Barry protects her from a truck. Although she did catch a glimpse of him after he saved her, he fled so quickly that it's likely she mistakenly believed he was only in her head. So, barring the filmmakers from proving otherwise, this brief exchange may have cemented Snyder's Justice League as canon in the DC Extended Universe. Moving on to the second Easter egg that you might have missed, the appearance of Falcone's son. Barry Allen was seen assisting Batman in Gotham very close to the beginning of The Flash. Barry was forced to save victims from a falling hospital building because the Justice League's other members were unable to be found. Batman was, of course, more interested in pursuing a gangster who had a significant item in his possession. It turned out that the mobster was the son of Carmine Falcone, the most powerful mobster in the city. Falcone has two sons, Alberto and Mario, even though the mobster's name wasn't mentioned in the film. One of the two, Falcone's sons, may have appeared in the Batman and mobster pursuit sequence, but it needed to be made clear which one. The next Easter egg you may have missed is the Wonder Woman shot scene. According to earlier reports, Affleck's Batman tracked Falcone's son throughout the city. Falcone's son was clutching a bag containing dangerous chemicals when he almost went off a bridge after stopping them. Alfred warned Batman that the luggage could poison the city's water supply if it fell into the water. Wonder Woman arrived just in time to help Bruce with his problem, using her lasso of truth to draw both Batman and Falcone's child. When the other two Justice League members arrived, Flash also appeared. However, Wonder Woman departed soon after rescuing Batman from a potential tragedy. Another one is about the Speed Force, which tells Barry's past. Barry found a space within the Speed Force that allowed him to enter at any time after becoming so enraged that he ran through time and space. He learned that he could move through time and space. Barry's entire life was displayed in the Speed Force. Naturally, the Speed Force displayed everything that occurred to Barry and the rest of the Justice League members. Barry realized that he could go to specific moments in time using the Speed Force and the fictitious space this comic energy source produced after catching glimpses of his history. The next Easter egg is about the Grayson's store. Because he was the first Robin, Dick Grayson is one of the most well-known characters in the entire DC universe. Despite the fact that Batman was an active superhero, we never saw Robin in the entire DC Extended Universe. The store next to Barry's home is called Grayson's in the scene where Barry is speaking to Bruce immediately outside his apartment. Despite the owner's name not being disclosed, this would imply that Dick Grayson, who seems to now exist in the DC Extended Universe, had a happy life with his family instead of losing them. Young Barry's room is another one that you may have missed. The Dark Flash eventually forced the original Barry Allen to leave the Speed Force so that he could land in an alternate universe where he was still 18 years old and his mother was still alive. Barry had a younger self in that time frame, although he was unaware of this. Original Barry and the younger Barry entered their bedrooms, where we discovered numerous Easter eggs related to Warner Brothers. There are several posters throughout the space, and most of them are for Warner Brothers produced movies. The link to James Gunn will be the next. The 2002 Scooby-Doo movie, one of James Gunn's first projects, was one of many various movies that were displayed on the walls of the younger Barry's room, as was previously noted. The poster made a subtle allusion to Gunn's appointment as the new head of DC Studios because, as we all know, he is in charge of a major revamp that will completely rewrite the DCU. Moving on to Temuera Morrison's comeback that you might have missed. They learned that Zod was traveling to Earth after Barry Allen gave the younger Barry his powers. The original Barry recalled that during the Man of Steel events, he acquired his abilities at the same time as Superman and Zod engaged in combat, and after realizing he stood little chance against Zod and an army of Kryptonians, he decided to look for the Justice League members. Barry got in touch with Tom Curry, whom Temuera Morrison portrayed in the 2018 Aquaman film as one such person. Barry found that since Temuera's Tom Curry never fell in love with the Queen of Atlantis, Arthur Curry was not actually born in that timeline. He decided to get a dog named Arthur instead. Barry trying to help out in Man of Steel was another Easter egg. As previously revealed during the Man of Steel events, the original Barry acquired his powers right before Zod arrived. When the younger Barry asked where he was at that time, the original Barry responded that he had tried to assist in Metropolis, which housed one of the world's engines. When the city was being demolished to try to terraform the planet in that scene, Barry sought to assist as many people as he could. The Flash felt powerless at that scene since he didn't know how to assist a man who was floating and was ready to plummet to death. As a result, he failed to save the father of a child who was about to be crushed. An alternative version of the classic movie was there too. There were alternate versions of the movies Barry watched as a child, which was one of the reasons the original Barry discovered that he had changed the timeline and brought about alterations that made this timeline significantly different from his own universe. When he initially brought up Back to the Future, the younger Barry incorrectly claimed that Eric Stoltz, not Michael J. Fox, had been the star of the film. Additionally, Fox took on the role of Maverick in Top Gun instead of Kevin Bacon, who went on to star in Footloose. Did you guys notice Batman's music? The good news was that Batman was present, even though the other Justice League members were not. The Batman from the 1992 film Batman Returns just so happened to be alive and well in that alternate reality. However, there was a wonderful touch that was only apparent to viewers of the 1989 Batman film. The Batman movie soundtrack from 1989 played whenever Keaton's Batman appeared. Another Easter egg is Joker's laughing bag. We also know that Jack Nicholson portrayed the enduring character of the Joker in the 1989 Batman movie starring Michael Keaton. The Joker made use of his laughing bag in that movie, among other things. Another indication of the 1989 film was made in The Flash when Bruce Wayne's Batcave included the same laughing bag. This timeline similarity to the timeline of the 1989 Batman film was further established when the younger Barry discovered it in the Keaton Batman Batcave. The Emperor's Force fighting will be the last Easter egg that you've missed, but not the least. The original Barry explains to the younger Barry that they couldn't defeat the Kryptonians by traditional means since they were stronger than them during the movie's climactic battle between the good guys and the Kryptonians. He also explained to the younger Barry that his suit couldn't disperse the kinetic energy that they accumulate whenever they utilize their powers, which is why it didn't function the same as his. This marks the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like and share it. Let us know your opinions in the comments section. Thanks for watching and we'll see you at the next one.